Yo, 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 it's your boy Casual Rail with the Silent A podcast. And man, we back with another one and a quick one at that. Yo, hit that like button, comment below. And if you got a little time, please subscribe. We appreciate that love. You're helping us grow quick. We're going fast for a small channel. And for this one, we're getting straight into it. We're talking about the likes of the conspiracy against Joseph Parker. Yeah, we said it. Is there a conspiracy against the likes of Joseph Parker? Why did we say this? Joseph Parker is literally in the last 300 plus 65 days or so. Let's say about 400 days. He's pretty much fought every man that they have put in front of him. More importantly, he has fought every man they have put in front of him that he was supposed to lose against. They placed him there to lose, but look good and make the other fighter look great. What do we mean by this? Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. The reason Turkey Al Sheik and freaking Eddie Hearn had brought Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder out to fight the likes of Joseph Parker on that magical, I think it was December 22nd card, 2023, was to actually bring back the likes of the Bronze Bomber, bring him out, support him, promote him, and build up that Anthony AJ Joshua fight. Everybody thought, even us here on the Sunday podcast, thought Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder was going to knock out the likes of Joseph Parker. And it was set up to be that way. The match, the style, everything was built for Deontay and Anthony AJ Joshua to build to a mega fight later in 2024. They placed him in there. Salute to that man. Salute to Joseph Parker. He took that fight. He walked in there and said he had a game plan to beat Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. He had already been working with the likes of Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and he was confident in himself. And what did he do? Outboxed him the entire match. I don't even think Deontay really won a round. He landed a couple good shots here and there, and obviously Joseph Parker said he definitely felt the power, but he was able to kind of negate that tool, negate that bomb squad, and dismantled Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder in that ring. Salute to that man. Salute to that warrior. Meaning Joseph Parker. Moving on from that, not only did y'all set him up to fight Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, then you take him on to fight the likes of Zhilei, Zhang, Bang. Another fight where Joseph Parker really was not the favorite. He was, I'm not going to say an underdog, but he was not the favorite for this fight. They were building up who? Zhang. Zhang to do what? Build up himself to get a shot potentially at a title or shot at Daniel Dynamite Dubois, who was taking on Filip Hrgović around the same time frame. Joseph Parker walked in, took that smoke, took that fight as a true warrior. He got knocked down twice, but got back up and won that fight decisively, dismantling another bomb in the likes of the Chinese power from Zhang. He took on two of the hardest punchers in the division back to back and won by clear decision. Fast forward to 2025, February 2nd, 2025, Joseph Parker was supposed to take on the likes of who? Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Now, we can argue Joseph Parker was supposed to take on three of the hardest hitting heavyweights, period, minus Anthony AJ Joshua missing out of this equation because he got beat by Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Probably the three hardest punchers in the division, period, back to back to back. And he was set up to what against Daniel Dynamite Dubois? He was not going to be the favorite. Many were not picking him to win, but guess what? Joseph Parker walked in confident, flew in confident to Saudi Arabia, ready to take this man on, ready to be the true warrior that he is and fight the way he knows how to fight. And that's to bring the true power in the heavyweight division with his boxing IQ and skill set. Now, again, he was still not the favorite, but 48 hours out from the fight, Daniel Dynamite Dubois gets what? Sick. And has to, go down after the likes of Floyd Schofield, who got sick prior to that fight as well, or his fight with Shakur Stevenson. But then we don't hear nothing from him, right? Okay, we don't hear much from Daniel Dynamite Dubois. They don't see him no more. He's just sick and his dad's reporting for him. But in the meantime, Martin Bakole steps in. Probably in the top 6 hardest punching heavyweights, and definitely rumored in sparring sessions, 48 hours out. He takes the fight. Salute to that man for taking the fight 48 hours out, but more salute to Joseph Parker for even agreeing to take that fight in place for another scary fighter. Here's where the conspiracy comes in. Why Martin Bakole? Why such a hard puncher? You usually don't add in a knockout guy and a 48-hour notice because that usually spells recipe and a disaster for most fighters. Reason why is because when you can't adjust and you get slippery punchers like Martin Bakole, the power usually offsets anything you could do. There's not enough time to game plan for that type of fighter. It was tricky, and I think they thought Joseph Parker was going to lose. It was a tough fight against him. Even here on Sign A Podcast, we thought Martin Bakole had a good chance of actually getting a stoppage against Joseph Parker, not because he's better than Joseph Parker, just because of the trickiness of a 48-hour turnaround. And we assumed Martin Bakole was already working out for the likes of Efe Ajagba. It's just, we've seen it in the past, a lot of recipe for disaster. But guess what? Joseph Parker handled himself like a true professional, like a true veteran in the sport, and knocked that man out and let the others know not to play with his name. You can't send anyone 48 hours out to beat the likes of Joseph Parker. And he should be the favorite in any championship fight going forward. Yeah, we thought they were going to, put Martin Bakole out there and switch it up and get Joseph Parker out of the way. But now that it hasn't happened, everyone's quiet. Daniel Dynamite Dubois is quiet. Usyk's quiet. They're secretly making their own deal to make their own fight, even though Dubois really still owes Joseph Parker the scrap. What's the issue here? If this was any other fighter, I truly believe Joseph Parker would have gotten his championship fight immediately after taking on the likes of Martin Bakole. If it was any other fighter, I don't even believe the promotional companies in powers that be would have put a power puncher like Martin Bakole in 48 hours out against the likes of Joseph Parker. They would have did what like Shakur Stevenson did, put in a decent name, but not a lot of power. So I can work on some things, get a good scrap, and there's least threat to my, losing this fight and deterring my championship run. If it was a different fighter, if it was a more in the pocket fighter, backed fighter, I believe Joseph Parker would have been pushed straight to the Usyk fight by now. But for some reason, Daniel Dynamite Dubois is getting that push. And don't get me wrong, I like Daniel Dynamite Dubois. He's one of my favorite fighters. He's on our Reels fighter list, as well as Joseph Parker and Usyk for that matter. Usyk will fight any man. But for some reason, Joseph Parker's not getting the push that he deserves and that he has earned. But salute to that man for being a warrior, but for being consistent. I'm not sure why they're not putting him in there right away. I'm not sure why the Daniel Dynamite Dubois rematch or matchup is not being pushed back to Parker. But in our opinion, I think Parker, being consistent as he has been, being a professional as he's been, I think he deserves a championship fight. And at this point, I think he actually deserves the Usyk fight first. Daniel Dynamite Dubois already fought Usyk. Yes, many think he won that because of the knockdown, which was determined a low blow. All that to the side, he still lost in the later rounds and got stopped by a jab. I think he was more frustrated than anything and tired and not really that hurt. And it happens to the best of men. Fatigue makes cowards of all of us. Fatigue wears all men out, and the fog of war will bring any man down, no matter how great you think you are. But with that said, I think Joseph Parker deserves that scrap. I think he deserves Usyk. He definitely deserves a championship fight, whether it's with Dubois or Usyk. I'm not sure why the powers that be are not pushing him to get that, but hopefully they turn their focus and their attention to Joseph Parker, because I think we got a real one there. I think we got a real potential heavyweight champion who can carry it for a while and who is not afraid to fight anyone in the division and will make this excited again and turn the heavyweight boxing division. It's on fire right now. Shout out to Usyk. Shout out to Daniel Dubois. Shout out to all these men who are fighting each other. But I think Joseph Parker is right there in that mix, right there in that scrap that can carry it and show what heavyweight boxing is all about, and not just holding titles, but fighting the best at any time, at any moment, in any given place. Anyways, we talked too long on this. Let us know what you think. Hit that comment section below. Hit that like button first. And as always, if you got that time, please subscribe. We appreciate that love. It's your boy, Casperell, with the Sign 8 Podcast. Until the next time, peace.